Happy New Year, Giants. I'm Amber Gervasio.
And I'm Mercedes Greengrove with this week's newscast.
With the new year comes new changes. For example, after 18 years, Coach Kirshner is unfortunately resigning. Here's Ian Falkenberg with the story.
I need your attention. Yes, sir.
Coach, teacher, father figure. Just a few words to describe who Coach Kirshner has been for students and athletes here at Ben Davis for the past 18 years. I'm Aaron Falkenberg, and earlier this week I sat down with Coach Kirsch and spoke on stepping down as head coach, his legacy, and what's next in his journey.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. This is something I've been thinking about for over a year. So this was something I was pretty confident this was going to be it for me, and it was a good way to go out and a good way to finish a very good career at Ben Davis. And well, if there is such a thing as a person's legacy, I hope it's not whether we won or lost, but maybe how we did things, maybe how we treated people, and that we were able to instill in our players a little bit more that there's something bigger about life than football, and that they were able to take what they learned from us and use it in their daily lives to be better husbands, better fathers, better men. What a coach's job is to transform men into being better people. I know we get judged on purely your wins and losses because that's how the community and that's how the people outside of us want to judge us. But the reality is it boils down to did we take the time to love each other and teach each other skills that will benefit them for a lifetime. You know, obviously I've been here 18 years, 11 as a head coach. I'll probably continue to coach again this next fall. It's been a memory I'll never forget and one that I'll always cherish. But, you know, I still got a lot of things left to do in my life, and I got a wonderful family and want to spend time with them as well. And so there's a lot of things I want to do in life, including football. So who knows?
From all of us here, we wish Coach Kirsch the best of luck in his future endeavors as a football coach and as a man, and thank him for all the time that he's put in here at Ben Davis. I'm Aaron Falkenberg, BD TV.
Thanks, Coach Kirshner, for your 18 years of service here at Ben Davis and taking these young boys and turning them into men.
Although the Ben Davis bowling team is underestimated, they are ranked #2 in the state. Here's Evelyn with the story.
With many of our sports teams being successful this year, we can't forget about our bowling team's achievements. They're currently ranked #2 in state and are on their way to regionals.
Although bowling can be considered a fun sport, these team members take it very seriously as they go to sectionals next Saturday.
Brian Reinhardt has been coaching the team for 11 years, winning multiple conferences such as 6 conference championships, 5 sectional titles, and making it to state finals last year.
Currently, we have the 5th highest team series of 2 games, because in a bowling game there's 2 games, and the team total of those 2 games will determine who the winner and loser is. So I believe we had just about 2,100 in one game, and we've been consistently averaging about 1,000 per game. So if you break that down between 5 players, that means pretty much every player is averaging about 200 or better.
Just last week, the team competed at the Indy West sectional tournament, with 5 bowlers advancing in the singles tournament.
We have a couple individual averages that are pretty high. Our defending state champion, Nick Bowman, he's averaging about 217 right now. We have another sophomore, Cade Metzka, he's averaging about 214, and sophomore Brian Knoll, he's at right about 200. And we have a handful of juniors and even a couple of freshmen that are in like the high 180s, low 190s. This year we're kind of getting out of our own way, and that's kind of like the mental side of the game. Is when things get tough, we just don't bow our heads and just kind of start to throw in the towel. We actually dig a little bit deeper and provide more energy and really kind of support each other even through those difficult times.
Evelyn Sanchez, BD TV.
Thanks, Evelyn, and good luck to our bowlers. We'll be back after a quick commercial break.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Who knew all the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again. Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Chris.
I think I lost him.
Where is this dude? I swear.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, you Chris, right?
Yeah, who want to know?
Me. I just trying to give you your wallet back, man.
Oh, right on. Thought you was trying to bump or something,
Man, I
bro.
can't fight for nothing. Back up off me.
Do the right thing and always be kind.
I want to thank my group for their hard work and dedication for that music video. Now, here are some inspirational stories about some Wayne Township people.
I'm Katara Denise Smith. I was born May 30th, 2001 to Tracy Ledbetter and Michael Smith. Both of my grandparents on my dad's side lives with me, and then my little brother Niles and Noel, they live with me. My grandparents, they've always helped me and stuff, and they understood the struggle I was going with my old family. My mom went through the same thing I did, on my mom's side, they're her parents. She lived with them too. We all lived there, and she was constantly brought down too, and she had to do the chores and everyone else's responsibilities and everything, and I didn't realize that till now, but I just know what she went through is the same thing I'm going through. The last thing I said to my mom, I called her the B word. I cussed her out because she stole something. And the next day we went to Tennessee, and a few days later we get a call saying, you know, your mom's in the hospital, and like that was the last thing I said to her, was me cussing her out. And so now I don't cuss. And so I just want like other people to know that you should really watch what you say, especially at the end of the day, because you never know, you know, when they're going to be gone.
My name is Erin Walker. I'm a teacher at the Ben Davis 9th Grade Center. I teach freshman English. And I was born with a muscle disorder called muscular dystrophy. To be specific, it is spinal muscular atrophy, which is type 3 is the type that I have. So if I had to have a certain type, I guess it's kind of the best one that I could have been gifted. So obviously with muscular dystrophy, it is a progressive disease, so the muscles actually atrophy or they get worse over time. So as I kind of get older, or as you know, I was kind of going through school, kind of my muscles were essentially kind of deteriorating. I've always had my kind of challenges with kind of dealing with it, kind of ebbs and flows of being able to accept, you know, that I am different or that I do have these particular challenges that I do have to overcome. But I will say that teaching has allowed me kind of to come to terms with it, just because I'm on display every day. I'm teaching kids, I get the questions asked, you know, well, how do you do this? Or how do you get to school? Or, you know, do you drive? You know, questions like that. And so it's kind of, it's brought more to the forefront, and I use it as an educational tool. And I think it's very important that people see people with disabilities kind of out in the world, working, you know, contributing to society. And I would say that it has helped me, and I hope that I've used that to help, you know, other students. And, you know, hopefully kind of, you know, with Senior Choice Awards or Top 30 Awards or, you know, Teacher of the Year nominations, you know, those, hopefully I am kind of giving back to the students, and that they're taking kind of maybe some life lessons or some examples away from, you know, the actions or the words that I say in the classroom.
It was nice to have a 4-day weekend, but here's the weather with Kieran and some driving safety tips with Madeline.
Good morning, Giants. I'm Kieran Simmer, here with today's weather. Today, we're looking at a high of 39 and a low of 31, but don't worry, this weekend will be a little bit warmer, with a 50% chance of rain, and will be ranging anywhere from mid-40s to low 50s. But the rest of this week will consistently be in the low 40s. Now over to Madeline with Driving Safe.
With the winter season upon us, that usually means snow, ice, and overall unpredictable weather, which results in dangerous driving conditions. I spoke to a few individuals on how you can stay safe this winter season. I had the opportunity to talk to a few Area 31 instructors to get advice just in case you were caught in one of these unfortunate events.
Anytime you're a young driver and you're driving in inclement weather, okay, snow, ice, rain, the biggest thing is awareness. Most young drivers don't understand with snow, there's a lot of times ice underneath it, and it can cause an accident in a very short period of time. Slow down. Second thing is, park that cell phone. Do not have that cell phone out.
If you are caught in one of these events, it helps to keep some basic supplies in your car.
I would say some bottled water. Make sure it doesn't freeze. Keep fresh water with you. Blankets in case you are in a situation where you're stuck for a while.
It also helps to check to see if your car is ready for the winter.
Number one thing that you can do to your car, okay, make sure that your fluids are in the car. Antifreeze, everything there to make the car operational. If you get low on antifreeze, you're going to lose heat in the car.
Make sure to drive safe this winter. I'm Madeline Aurelio, BD TV.
Hey, what's cracking, y'all? My name's Greg Hurt, and this is Greg's Corner. This is the first Pro Black segment on BDTV. In this segment, we'll be alternating weekly between empowering poems, books for knowledge, documentaries about history, and news in the Black community. Now, last year, I gave you guys another book to read to gain knowledge. And now this week, we're going to get into another interesting documentary about yet another important leader. And my shirt kind of gives it a hint. This week, we'll be talking about Malcolm X, also known as X, directed by Spike Lee. This film dramatizes key events in Malcolm X's life, his criminal career, his incarceration, his conversion to Islam, his ministry as a member of the Nation of Islam, and also his falling out with the organization. This movie also details his marriage to Betty X, his pilgrimage to Mecca, and reevaluation of his views concerning whites and his assassination on February 21st, 1965. This movie also defines his childhood incidents, including his father's death, his mother's mental illness, and his experiences with racism are dramatized in flashbacks. And all in all, we get to see very important events in a very important figure's life, which helped make him the man that he was in his time period. This movie also shows just how influential Malcolm X was and how his impact still affects the community today. And also, another fun fact, several important black figures around that time, including Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, helped fund the project in order to turn the dreams of that movie into a reality. And with all that being said, I really hope you go home and consider watching this movie. And also, with that being said, that's the end of this week's segment. Till the next time, I'll be giving you news in the black community.
With all this talk about Coach Kirshner leaving, we may have forgotten about other winter sports still going on. Here's Nick with sports.
Hello Giants, I'm Nick Brown with this week's sports. The Giants swimming, wrestling, and basketball team has been in full swing, so let's see what they've been up to.
The wrestling team traveled to Warren Central last Saturday for the MIC Conference meet. Dalton Duncan finished second in the 182 weight class. The wrestling team has been practicing and preparing to go back to Warren this Saturday for the Warren Central Six-Way. This tournament will start at 8 a.m. The swimmers had their senior night this past Tuesday. Two senior swimmers that swim extremely well were Susie Holmes and Mike Clements, and Lily Berry did a fantastic job diving. The swimming team will be competing at Plainfield High School this coming Tuesday, starting at 5:30 p.m. The girls basketball team played Avon High School yesterday. To look at the results, go to bdspotlight.com. The girls will be playing tomorrow against Center Grove for the Coaches vs. Cancer game, so come out and wear pink. The 5th-ranked boys basketball team competed in the Marion County tournament. They lost to Warren Central 55-43. Ben Davis faces the 13th-ranked team, Center Grove, tonight at Center Grove, starting at 7:30 p.m.
All right, Giants, that's it for sports this week. Now I gotta go figure out what sport I want to try next. Swimming, can't float. Wrestling, too physical. Basketball, no, I'll just leave that to the team.
That's it for this week's newscast. I'm Amber Gervasio.
And I'm Mercedes Gingrep. And remember, Giants,
if it's about you and me, it's on BDTV.